Hello. Somebody's there. Whoever it is, thanks for joining. Happy Thanksgiving to whoever is out there. I'm working on the Sarah Parr sampler, which I love to sew. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, we got 5 people. All right. Good deal. I'm working on Sarah Parr, the sampler. That's what it looks like with the light, without the light blasting on it. Good to have some people here. Thought I'd just do a live thing while I'm watching football and stitching, see if people needed a diversion. So, and I know some people are home alone. Marg and I are home alone. So happy Thanksgiving, and you know, there we have it. Good. Oh, good. Good. Good to have some people. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't have anything prepared. I'm just stitching and watching football. So if you have questions or comments, fire them off. But it's not like we're going to do a formal show with all kinds of things. Just going to be online for an hour, hour and a half, and the turkey's in the oven. Dinner's at 4 o'clock for us, which is in 2 hours. So, hey, from New Zealand, Bethany, welcome. All right. Let's see, that would be your Friday morning, right? Yeah, must be early Friday morning. Wow. Or you have insomnia, one or the other. Welcome, folks. Just got an hour or so here stitching, watching football. I turned down the sound of the football. Hope it's not too loud. I need the audio cues to know when to look up for a play. If it's too loud, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. It's just me. Home alone today is fun to... Yep, there we go, Sharon. That's why I did it. I figured there had to be somebody else alone besides Margaret and me, so thought, we might as well do a little live show here. So good. Glad I gave you a diversion today. No formal things. No Jennifer. No Cindy. No Beth. Though if Beth gets needs a break from the deal, she said she might join. But Cindy and Robin are having a Friendsgiving dinner, which I'm sure the third person is the host is a stitcher, so they probably just wolfed down some food and started stitching. Be my guess. Jennifer said she'd join if the day went such that she could. So there we are. Marga is making the dinner. The turkey's in the oven, and the dressing was made, and pumpkin pie, and dinner's at 4 o'clock our time, so 2 hours from now. The full deal, just the two of us, but the full deal. We just do a turkey breast, though. We don't care for the dark meat, legs and stuff of turkeys. She just gets a breast, and we make that, and then we have sandwiches afterwards, because it's just the two of us. Our son and daughter are in Phoenix, so they're having Thanksgiving with their friends, and our daughter Sarah and her family are all at Chad, our son-in-law, at his family's house. We saw them a little bit yesterday. but they travel there for Thanksgiving, so it's just Margaret and me. Ditched by our kids. Oh well. So for me, it was 50-mile bike ride this morning and a few emails, and then I just got the gear out and set up for this and started stitching. Hope everybody's having a good day. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are joining. Yeah, we got a good number. It's 17, so welcome everyone. We did if you didn't listen to the Wednesday show, I'd be interested in some feedback. Pardon me, I got to look up the football game every now and then. It's a good one. Jamie, listener from California, needleworker. It was interesting. If you didn't listen to the show that was posted Tuesday night, Jamie is a needle pointer and is interested in becoming or to try and cross stitch. And so she asked. She said it never occurred to me. She said there was just an overwhelming amount of information, and she didn't really know where to start. And so Beth and I, kind of gave her what we thought was a good start, and she said it really helped her. But if you listen to that and you have any other things that we might share, let us know. Susan, good to have you with us. Turkey cooking, working on ornament for EGA Group Exchange. There we go. Tuesday? Oh, geez, Susan. Susan, excellent. Well planned. Uh-huh. Yeah, you'll be fine, I'm sure. Putting those last finishing stitches in Tuesday afternoon. You'll be all right. Judy, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Sorry, I got to count here. Counted cross stitch. That's why they call it that. Well, Susan, we're all cheering for you. Go get them. Yeah, I suppose if you're in a local chapter, we're down to the last. Most people have their Christmas thing in early December. So, hey, Pat, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. So I'm sure everybody, if you have a gift exchange or an ornament exchange, yeah, you're getting at it. But annual Christmas ornaments, 1 down, 3 to go. Oh, you got plenty of time. Got a full month. No problem at all. Stone Road Stitching, welcome. One for each of the grands. That's cool. Yeah, I was having a discussion in my own mind the other day about how I've done stockings for our son, and our daughter had one when she was growing up, so we kept that. And then for both of our grandsons, and now we got our granddaughter, so I'm going to need to do a stocking for her and our son-in-law and our daughter-in-law. So I think next year is going to be at least one, if not two of those, if I can get them in. Yeah. I've never done the ornaments as a thing. I always think that's cool when people do ornaments to give away. Going back through old Fiber Talk podcasts, the only place I can find them is your website. Oh heavens! Yeah, just about any or about any podcast platform. They should all be there. Bethany, yeah, like Apple. Yeah, pick one. They should be there, unless they're cutting them off. But Yeah, I don't take them down, and so they're not stored on any podcast thing. They're stored on a server that I pay for, so it's not like somebody's saying, "Hey, we need space." So yeah, it should be any app. You should be able to get them all. I mean, there's there's 600 of them, but yeah, they're all there, and they're certainly all on the website. Uh, that's interesting. I thought you could get all of them. Just a minute, let me look. Hmm. Um, well, just a minute. Yeah, I'm just looking here on. Oh no, I just went to Apple and said see all episodes. It's just going back to October 10, but let me see if it loads some more. That's interesting. Um, Hi, Bobby. Happy Thanksgiving. Hmm. I thought they were all available. But frankly, I don't. I just put them up and let them be. But yeah, it looks like I'm getting just back to October 10. So you must be right. Audible book apps. Yeah, it should be there. Yeah, I put it on everything I can find. And I know there are some in other parts of the world where they pick it up and just put it on their own app. I don't have anything to do with that. Um, so, well, now I've learned something. I thought they were all available, but I mean that'd be a heck of a list. So sorry. Yeah, I guess it's going to be on the website. But you do raise a question. I'll write uh, to my hosting guy. That's a good point. I'll write to my hosting guy and I'll see if we can set something up so you don't have to leaf through all the pages. Like you can just download all of them. Here, you got me thinking. Hang on just a second. That's an interesting question. Thank you. Hey, it's Beth. Hi, Beth. Call in if you want, or if you just want to be left alone, that's okay too. Um, hmm. This is an interesting little challenge here. Hang on just a second. I might have a solution for that. Uh, just a minute here. Can't listen, but I'm watching from the in-laws. Okay. Okay. Well, whatever works, Beth. Whatever works. Let's see here. Um, well, Bethany, I mean, they're all available from the website. Every single one is available from the website. And on YouTube, I don't take them down there either. So from all the way back to whenever we started putting them on YouTube. Those should be there. So, hey, I just have an idea here. Yep, that works. Okay. That works. Okay, I'm gonna I can at least simplify it for you. So hang on just a second. All right, if you go, let's see if I can show this. Ah. Hang on. You've presented a challenge, so now we got to see if we can solve it. Well, let's do it. Let's see. Let's do it this way. So if you go, all right. Bear with me just a second. Oh. Hang on. Just knocked the camera over, as you could tell. Great Lakes. All right, hang on. Almost brought the house down here. All right, now, okay, here's just an example. So if you go to this in your browser, this is not as simple as an app, but it'll work. So if you go to this in your browser, it's all going to be the same. WeTalkFiber.com/podcast/ft288.mp3. All right, that's, I don't know what number we're at for Fiber Talk. So the way I do this is all the Sunday podcasts. All the Sunday podcasts are FT for Fiber Talk, and then they're numbered. Okay, so and you can, yeah, you can figure out somehow. But anyway, they're all numbered, so you can start with one, and so that's all the Sunday podcast, FT 1 through however many we're at. I'm not sure what that is, and then FT. Then if you sorry, this is kind of clunky, but it'll work. If you go FTMW, so that's Fiber Talk Midweek, and put in the number, and then .mp3. So you only have to change the number, and whether it's the Sunday show, which is just FT, or the Wednesday show, FTMW, you just change those. So you can start with one and just work your way through, and then that'll play it. So if you just hit enter, then just the player will come up, and you can listen that way. And that might even be more efficient than using an app, but that will work. I just tested it, and so that will come up, and you can listen to and just make a note of what number you're on and just work your way through. But that's the naming convention is always the same. FT and the number is the Sunday show. FTMW and the number is the Wednesday shows. So, and let's see. I'm gonna do a little thing here. Hang on just a second. Become kind of a technical workshop. Sorry. So here, just write this down. I'm sure most people don't care about this, but trying to help out here. So yeah, so the first one, FT01. So the first Sunday show is FT01, and that goes all the way to um, got a bunch of them here. So and that goes all the way to FT323. So FT01 to FT323. That's all the Sunday shows. And then FTMW01 goes all the way to FTMW288.mp3. So those are all the shows. So you can just put them in that line and in that URL line, and you can just play them that way and just change the number or the designation, and you can listen to them all you want. But yeah, they're all there. So that might be an easier way. After I battled all the way through that might be an easier way to do it than even doing an app. And that's every show is designated like that. So yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, and you can download them and listen. So yeah, glad to help, Bethany. Yeah, well, anyone. Yeah, yeah, it's a way around it. Yeah, you don't even have to go through the app. You don't have to even go to the pages on the website. Just do it that way. Yep. Sharon, home not doing nothing. All right, that's what this group is about. Yep. So good to have you. So there you go. All right, Bethany. Looks like I've helped you. So yay for that. That's a good thing. Susan, these I've been curious about these regional retreats. Are these a big like a half-size national seminar thing, or are they bigger than that? Because there's a lot of them all over the country. I mean, there's regional events, all annual regional events all over the country, EGA, and I know Great Lakes is a bigger one. But are these like national seminars light, or are they more than that? Because I've been curious about those. Marcy, good to have you with us. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I've thought about that because yeah, for a lot of people, the regional ones are much more approachable because they're usually within 3 or 4 hour driving distance. So something to be said for that. Oh, for those who might be curious, I'm working on Sarah Parr, the sampler. This is the bottom, as you can tell. So I just got to do this, and this is the middle one that's going to have a crown in here. Whoops, focus. I just blew that up. What'd I do? There it goes. And this is going to be, I think this is probably over one here, so I'll put this in. And then I've got one more that's like this one. One more kind of semi-oval that's like this one here. And then I just got to put in who stitched it at the bottom, and I'll be done. But time takes time. So, yeah. So that's what I'm working on today, anyway. But then I'm gonna probably go back to the Clara Wash Shower Goldwork Frog over the weekend. Though I have another home improvement project to do, probably tomorrow. And this is the weekend to get some of those done. So, yeah. Um, anyway, that's what I'm working on. And I have the light turned way down because if I turn it all the way up, it does that. So, turn it down so it's not so blinding. Feel bad for my sister. She and her, my sister and her brother and my brother-in-law, they live north of Detroit, and this season they bought season tickets to the Lions games, the first time. And of course, the Lions have a pretty good team. And I was talking to them yesterday, and my sister and her a friend were going to the game. My brother-in-law was letting a friend have an experience, and my sister said, yeah, we're gonna beat the Packers, and I said, better be careful. And now it looks like the Lions are going to lose to the Packers, and they don't need that. Yeah, they're definitely going to lose now because the Packers are about to score again. Yep. 5-day thing. I'm doing 1-day mini class. If you do the full day classes, you're required to stay at a hotel. Full day classes. Can't see paint. No. Right. Yeah. If you can drive. Well, see, that's the beauty of it. Is um, for a lot of people, you can drive. So if I'm full day, all right. Yeah, that hotel thing is kind of a catch-22 there, because I remember when several years ago, I think it was A&G was going to be in Chicago, and that's when we were living in Illinois, and I thought, well, I'll just go down there by train, and I don't have to pay for the hotel, and then I'd never realized about, and then they were going to charge an extra fee if you don't stay at the hotel because they want to fill the room block. And finally, I just said forget it because it was going to be, it was just going to, basically, I wasn't going to save any money because I had points. It was a Marriott hotel and I had points and everything. So I just said forget it. I'm not going to, it was a chance to go and see what the national seminar was like. And I appreciate they got to fill those room blocks. And it's kind of a tough problem. So if I don't do a full day at the Great Lakes, then I can travel. Ah, okay. Hmm. All right. I have to think about this. So it looks like I got 20 people here. So yeah, just decided to do a online thing. Marg and I are home. For those who have joined late, Marg and I are home. Kids are all elsewhere. So it's just us for Thanksgiving and turkeys in the oven. And I just thought, there must be other people who are home by themselves and might like a diversion. So that just did a live thing. We'll be on Wednesday night. We'll have the live show Wednesday night, and just a stitch and chat show, no guests. So join us for that. If you're, I say to people, but easiest way to keep up is subscribe on YouTube if you're not already subscribed, and subscribe to Instagram, and then that'll keep you up to date. And you can get on the mailing list on the website, wetalkfiber.com. You can get on the mailing list there, and then you always get a notice when I post something on that site. That doesn't have anything to do with the live shows. You'll get an email for that. And I don't sell the list. You don't have to worry about getting spam from anybody because that list isn't going anywhere because that would take time, and I don't have time. So you can leave your email address with confidence because it's not going anywhere, guaranteed. So yeah, subscribe to those things, and then you stay informed of what we're doing, especially here around the holidays where we're schedule's kind of out of whack as we accommodate other things. And then I think the 17th of 17th will be the last Sunday show until after the first of the year. So that's coming up here. But yeah, we always take a break. Um, I'm really excited. I just set up. Let me just see if I have that information. I always start things that I don't have. Yeah. Um, I just set up with Deb Rucker. Do you ever do this show about the old soy? Judy? I actually, no, I have not. And I have to tell you, I wanted to do that show and have my machine finished. And my machine is all ready to be reassembled down on the workbench. And I just have not assembled it. But I have not forgotten. I really want to do that. Time just got in the way. Paying job, other things. So that is not going to be, that's going to happen. I've got all that information, and I'm going to put that together. That's not going to go by the wayside. But I really wanted to include my machine, and yeah, I just run out of time, run out of days. So that will happen. Have not forgotten. I got some beautiful machines, too, people have shared. So we'll do that. And for those who don't know, I have three old vintage Singer sewing machines that I'm working on restoring, and asked for people who might have them, and oh, there's a bunch of people who have just some beautiful old, 1900, 1930, 1920 machines, sewing machines, Singer sewing machines, and some other brands too that are just gorgeous. Sharon Bruce in Ireland, she has a vintage machine that she uses all the time. That's her main machine for finishing needlework. And she sent pictures of that. So I haven't forgotten, Judy. Just, I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of getting my machine assembled, and because I wanted to include that since that's what started the thing. Kelly, happy Thanksgiving. Turkey in the oven, just me and Jim, so I'm stitching as well. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Sarah Parr, she's getting there. She's getting there. Oh, so I started to say, I wanted to do a show like this for some time. Deb Rucker, who is Stitches of Heritage, I believe is what it is. African American woman who does an awful lot with history of needlework for African American girls, and I think girls in Africa, black stitchers. We're going to have a preliminary discussion next week, and then she's going to do a show with us where we get to talk about all of the history that she's learned and what it is, what needlework is constitutes. I'm going to say this wrong and get myself in trouble, but it's the best I know right now. What constitutes a black African American needlework, and really looking forward to it. So we're going to have a preliminary discussion next week, and then we'll record the show and talk about these things. And another thing that I've wanted to talk about with someone who knows is what thread colors, DMC thread colors in particular, you would use if you wanted to change like faces, skin color in your stitching to something that's not Caucasian. And she knows about that too. She has experience, and it sounds like a list. So I'm gonna learn more from her next week. But I'm really excited that we're gonna be able to do a show and talk about that, because that's an aspect of stitching that I mean, she talks about it a lot, but I just want to have that discussion. I think we can learn an awful lot about a whole different aspect of stitching. So I'm really excited about that. I wrote to her just to, took a shot to see if she'd be willing to do it, and by golly, she said she would. So I'm pretty excited. I think that'll be a really interesting, informative show, and that'll probably be it, after the first of the year, but we'll get it in as soon as we can. It always takes time to schedule these things, and but anyway, so that had some success there. Really excited about that. Be able to talk about that topic. So looking forward to that. If you have questions on that topic, send them. Love to sew. Do I still need? Yes, please send. If you have old vintage sewing machines, old Singers or Fafs or other brands, yeah, send me 3 or 4 pictures. Give me a little background, because I'll put them in the video. So yes, I love to sew. Please send. Gary at WeTalkFiber.com is the address. That works for everything. Yeah, send the photos. It'd be great to have them. Thanks, Colleen. Good to have you with us. With your birds, yeah, I've wanted to do a show on this topic, Black African American, the history, the culture, and the stitching involved. I've wanted to do for some time. Is finding the right person who can talk about it and has the background. And I think, well, with Deb, I mean, she already has indicated that she has more than enough background, and so we can have a lengthy discussion and just explore it. And yeah, send questions if you have questions about that vein of stitching. Fire them off at me, and we'll get them answered for you. But yeah, I was really excited, I got to say, too, when she wrote back and said yes, she'd be happy to do it. Because it can be a touchy subject, and don't want to offend anyone, but still, it's an educational thing. We need to be educated and informed, and so anyway, I was really glad she was willing to do it. Oh, if you're interested in trying gold work, Clara Waschauer, clarastitching.com. We've talked about her several times. She still has one. She still has one spot as of this morning left in her koi online course. So clarastitching.com. There was still one spot. So if you're interested in giving gold work a try, it's a simple little project. I don't know how simple it is because I haven't done it, but Cindy and I both signed up for it. But if you want to give it a whirl, it'd be a good place to start. So, some gold work, and so check that out. And Judy, that was Deb Rucker, Rucker. Stitches of Heritage is what her. I've only found her on Instagram. Deb Rucker, Rucker. Stitches of Heritage on Instagram, and so yeah, it's interesting topic for me, because if you look at her stuff, she has the the needlework designs like Black Lives Matter and those kinds of protest type or statement type things, and I won't say that right. I'm sorry if I don't get it quite right. But anyway, that kind of art. But then there's also uh, that she shows and talks about samplers and other types of art that are Black, African American, African oriented in their design and in their subject matter. And then, of course, there's the whole culture of it behind all of that. So to me, there's three aspects that we can talk about, or that need to be talked about. And so that kind of is the framework of the show, is to have explore those three areas. And I mean, the Black Lives Matter stitch the words, or whatever statement it might be. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. But the other stuff, to me, is the stuff that really we need to learn about: the culture, the background, the history, the kind of art that comes from that culture, that helps us better understand the history. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited to be able to do that kind of a show, because I know I'll learn a lot, and I think we all will. So, a good one. Oh, sure, Judy. Yep. Yeah, check her out. Subscribe to her on Instagram. Yeah. Sorry, got a count here. Oops, one too many. No, not nope. I got it. Oh, I didn't see her on Facebook. Okay, I'll look that up, Judy. Thank you. I did a quick search and I didn't see that. So, all right, I'll look harder this time. Thank you. I gotta still get a chuckle. Beth and I talking about underrated, overrated, about needle threaders, where I use them exclusively and Beth doesn't use them at all, even for beating needles. And I knew that'd be the case. I could just smell it, because I just figured Beth was very adept at threading needles. But every time I use a needle threader now, I get a chuckle out of that. Our discussion on that, I just can't be bothered. Recreations of Mary Queen of Scots embroideries sometime. Judy, write to me. Write to me. Yep, that's a Wednesday show right there. Send me an email so I have we can connect. Yep, that's a Wednesday show. Be happy to do it. Oh man, that would be so cool. Yeah. Yep. Gary at WeTalkFiber.com. Fired off. Yep, we'll set it up after the first of the year. You bet. That would be cool. That whole thing. Well, we had that one book. I forget who the author was, about Mary Queen of Scots. That's fascinating stuff. So yes, please, Judy, pronto. Don't wait. Send me an email. We'll do a Wednesday show with that and show those things. Talk about them. That'd be great. One of your older shows, you said in the beginning you had thought about adding knitting. Oh yeah, knitting. Yeah. Elba. Yeah, well, when we first started this, it was my friend Christine. We did a marine aquarium podcast for 5 years, and decided to end that. Well, she's a knitter. She's now doing some pretty high level needlework. She's been to the Royal School a couple times for classes, and she's a knitter, and I obviously I do needlework, and so we talked about let's start Fiber Talk, what became Fiber Talk, and we wanted to include knitting, and actually in the first couple of months we did with shows with a couple of knitters. We had one knitter. She had her new book coming out, and we did it, and we made an effort to time it so that the show would come out right when her book did, and so we did the show. We put it up. She never mentioned it. She never mentioned the show at all. And then we both got Ravelry accounts because we wanted people to be able to hear podcasts about knitters. And we were going to do like maybe 30% knitting because that was where Christine was that's where her experience was. The first time she posted about knitting in Ravelry, she got absolutely blasted. Like like we committed the crime of the century by posting a podcast about a knitter that a knitting designer we interviewed, and so it was just we are not going to fight this battle, and so we just bagged it and dropped knitting altogether. So yeah, it was in the original plan, but I mean it really was like we just felt like we were intruding where we didn't belong, so we just said forget about it. So sorry, yeah, and there are a lot of knitting podcasts that are pure knitting, but we thought we had something different to offer. But yeah, it was it was clear that the Ravelry people didn't want us anywhere around, so we just said forget it. So that's how that went. Yeah, Judy, that's really a great book. Yeah. So sorry, yeah, we just knitting is pretty much off limits. I mean, we've talked to people who also do knitting, but not to talk to someone about designing and stuff. And I don't do any knitting at all. I have no interest at all, but I know people are, but nah. Yeah. The Ravelry people slapped us upside the head, and we said, "Okay, we're out. Goodbye." So good. No, smart enough to not go where I'm not wanted. That's for sure. Yeah, when we first started Fiber Talk, I still kind of chuckle. We started out and we decided it was going to be a guest based format, and it was going to be every other week we were going to have a guest, a Sunday show, and that was all we were going to do, two a month, because we thought we would run out of. I don't need left and right hand or more. Yeah. Okay. You're not alone there. Yeah. Yeah, we were afraid we'd run out of guests, and so we were, every other month or every other week we were going to have a guest because we thought, oh, we'll run out of designers in a hurry, and here we are. What, I don't know, 6 years later, every Sunday, and still finding new people. We got a whole bunch of them lined up here coming up. So yeah, yeah, it's amazing how many designers and artists there are, textile artists there are in the world. It's just amazing. Yeah, Colleen, I don't, I haven't talked to her in a long time. Her life got in the way and she just kind of faded away on me. But I do follow her on Instagram, and so I see her work. She does some pretty impressive work for someone who she had not done any needlework till she started doing Fiber Talk. And yeah, I think she's been to Europe, UK twice to the Royal School for classes, and she pops up every now and then with some posts and shows the work she's doing, and she's doing some impressive work. She has a pretty high powered job, I think, anymore in the cosmetics world. So I'm sure time is a factor, as it always is. So yeah, check her out. Oh, okay. So, all right. So you've been right from the beginning. Yeah, I guess I knew that, Colleen. Yeah, your name has been around a long time. But yeah, as far as I know, I mean, I just haven't had any conversation with her since she had to get out of it, and she went. I mean, she was raising a teenager and got married, and just life separated us, and but I do still follow her, so I see her posts. Stitcher Christine or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but so yeah, she posts every now and then. Thanks, Judy. I'll be in touch. Don't uh, don't be offended if it's not right away, but we'll get something set up. Um, but yeah, that would be very cool to do that. You bet. So I'll look for that. That'll go to the other machine, and well, that'll be cool to talk about those things. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. That Anne Queen of Scots. That is quite a story. That whole thing. And, crazy clash of culture and men and art, and yeah, the whole thing. It's a fascinating little chapter in history. Okay, well, I'll write to you, Judy, and we'll set something up, and then we'll be able to plan on it. Um, that's yeah, I can yeah. We uh, we have no plans to go anywhere, so later in the spring will be fine. Yep. Oh, I ordered the Inspirations Christmas, the Design Collective, the Christmas book. Don't know what's in there, but I do. Oh, I do know Natalie Dupuy has a Nutcracker in there. I'm pretty sure that's the one that hers is in, and I edited the copy for her for that. So and that's very cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other ones are in there. And so yeah, Kim has those at Sassy Jack Stitchery, the Design Collective. Those are great books. Uh, well, Inspirations just in general is great, but yeah, those Design Collective books are really great. The Pincushion one, yeah. So check those out. Let's see, Judy. I'm busy writing a book about buttons. Oh, okay. Hey, when you get the button book done, let me know. We'll do a show. That'd be cool. I'll talk about buttons. That's yeah. There's um, another aspect of with quite a history is those buttons. So yeah, because there was something I read about. Was it in Moline, Illinois, where there used to be they used to collect mussels from the river to the point where they just about wiped them out to get the pearl to make buttons. Hang on just a second. I'm going to sneeze. Um, but that was yeah, it was an art. I forget where I read it, but anyway, there was. They talked about how people would just go out in the river and just take everything. Inez, welcome. Take all the bivalves out of there to get the pearl, to make pearl buttons and muscatine. There we go. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I'm sure you know about it. A fascinating story. So yeah, if you get the book done, or at some point where you want to talk about it, let me know because that was that article I read, wherever I read it, was that was fascinating stuff. So, yep, let us know. I'll do a show on buttons. Why not? Yeah, it's interesting how all that stuff comes to be, and and then plastic comes along, and yeah, who needs actual pearl? Got plastic will last forever. Yeah. Or if you want to do a show just on buttons without the book, yeah, that's fine. Always fun to learn new things. So let us know. It's quite all right. Somebody who studies the history, we can learn from you. So let us know. Always fun. I love that the history stuff, and and writing books that keep it alive is important. Otherwise, it just fades away. It's nice to be able to stitch here. I haven't stitched in several weeks. Been doing the work, paying job, and then we've been working pretty hard to get shows lined up to record and recording shows, and those take time. So the goal this time of year, the goal is always to get enough shows lined up that get us all the way through Christmas and into the new year before people start checking out in December. And then, they just don't have time. They got other obligations or simply don't want to. So it's always this time of year, try and get them lined up and scheduled as much as possible so that we got enough. Um, I'll have to work on that. Okay, Judy, thanks for joining us. Um, but yeah, to have enough shows lined up so that we can keep delivering every week, and so it gets to be kind of a time occupant. But this year we found some new people. I'm pretty excited about some of the stuff we have coming up. Most interesting. So I'm still excited. Last Sunday, Roberta Wagner. Um, if you haven't listened to that show with Roberta Wagner, go listen to that last Sunday, because that is it's just so cool. Art, um, what's behind and what's in the minds of an artist, and really that was just really a great show, and what the work she does, and Yeah, so check that out. She's, and what a nice lady, just really great. So Marble M, word to bone. I don't know what that is. Sharon. Oh. Oh yeah, Sharon, you've been on. Sorry. Hmm. Got to find where the next second football game is. I don't know where that's at. I'll find it. Thanksgiving Day is a favorite of mine. Football. Marble M, I don't know if you belong here, but you're not making sense if you do. If not, you're about to get blocked. Yeah, Sharon, I think I don't know if that's something that's still a thing because my grandma had a you know big jar of buttons. Yeah, I remember playing with the buttons, and but it was never throw anything away, and uh, there it is. Never throw anything away. So yeah, she saved all the buttons, and yeah, you could if you needed a button for anything, she just dig through it. There's one in there. Yeah. Um, yeah, it does now, Marble. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one tonight. That should be a barn burner. Yeah, I didn't get the first thing, so I wasn't sure what you were talking about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. See, the 49ers seem to have their act back together, so um, looking forward to seeing how that goes. So Marble M, I assume you are spending your day watching football and stitching. What a great combination. Yep. I don't know. I can't find the next. Oh, it's an all right day. Yes, DMC did buy Anchor. Not quite sure what, Susan, that whole thing is so weird. Because, Anchor came out with those spools. It looked like it was the button room because of all the buttons, yep. Because, yeah, it was going to be, they came out with those spools and then of thread instead of skeins, and apparently those didn't go over very well. And why DMC is buying Anchor, those kinds of things usually smell like buy them to take them out of the market, which, Anchor still has its own role in the market, I think. But yeah, that's a weird one. And then I don't know if anybody heard, but we keep forgetting to mention it on the shows. San Francisco School of Needlework, they shut that down too. I was really sad to see that, but that's no more now. We did a couple shows with people from there, but apparently they couldn't make it go. I'm sure the pandemic didn't help that. Couldn't have classes and stuff for so long, and hard to keep up momentum. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I mentioned that. I don't know if people actually have button jars anymore or not. I don't know. Yeah, and I think I would agree with you, Susan. And that's I guess what I meant by Anchor still having a role in the thread world. So why DMC would buy them, I don't know. It's weird. We'll see what happens with that. Uh, but yeah, I've heard more than one person say that, particularly the black, is so much better than DMC's whatever black or close to black they have. Yeah. If anyone knows Anchor Black's hurt, because yeah, okay, yeah, it's whatever happens with the DMC black dyeing process does not compute. Yeah. Uh, One thing I think I mentioned it on one show, not sure if anyone knows someone who can speak with authority, a lawyer or somebody who can speak with authority on copyright. Send me their contact information. I really want to do a show and talk about copyright as it applies to needleworkers. You know, what can you and can't you do with designs other people have done? What can you sell? What can't you sell? So if anybody knows anyone, please send me the contact information. I really want to do a show and establish the discussion. You know, here are the ground rules so that we're all working from the same page, and then follow that up with shows from designers to talk about their experience because we need to keep that whole issue at the forefront. We need to protect designer work. To me, the button jar is fascinating to me. I don't have one, but to me, it's the equivalent of most men who do any kind of home repair remodeling, just like buttons. I know I never throw away any screws or bolts or nuts or anything, and I have more than one container full of nuts and bolts and screws because I can't tell you how many trips to the store those containers have saved. You know, I need a bolt and a nut, and you take the jar and you dump it out on the table, and you find them, and you go finish the project, and it saves an hour monkeying around at a store. And of course, if you have to go to a big box store, then you end up buying 500 pieces just to get one. So, yeah, same kind of thing, just from the home repair, from the men's side of the world. Cone of DMC black, so grateful it works very smooth. Yeah, see, and that's the other thing we've talked about that, Ruthie. The cones are the thread is so much better that comes off of cones. You know, and that's like if you buy from Krista West at Avlia. All of her thread comes off of cones, and it's so much nicer than what we get off the skeins. Yeah, that's probably everybody should probably do that if you do a lot of cross stitch. Just buy a cone of black and a cone of white from DMC and just have it. You know, Etsy site in England sells PDF downloads of Nora Corbett. Oh, oh, see, yeah, Susan. See, that's the problem. That's the problem, and you know that's what turns designers off because you know out of print is out of print, and yeah, ugh. I'm surprised that that's happening on Etsy. You'd think they'd be pretty tight about it. Yeah, man, I don't like that stuff. Yeah, some of those Nora Corbett things are real collector items if you can find them. Not my cup of tea, but they're beautiful stuff. That'd be great, Inez. Thanks. Fire them off. Oh, Sharon, I didn't know you were a photographer. That's a good resource. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I know in my photography days, became keenly aware of copyright issues in a hurry. Protect your stuff. I know several photographers who hit one really good shot and somebody would pick it up and use it and zap their name out of it and make money off of it, and they saw nothing. And yeah. All right, I'll check Sharon. I'll check that out. That's a good because photography is not appreciably different from needlework in terms of copyright. Same, effectively the same medium. Um, so, thank you. Good idea. Mark and I were talking yesterday about um, the remember the Thanksgiving night midnight shopping craze. People lined up, busting down doors to get in, and stores open on Thanksgiving. How that whole thing has changed. I don't know. I think most stores are closed today anymore, where it used to be they weren't. And I haven't heard. I don't know if people still do the midnight run or not. I certainly never did. That's time to be in bed. But and I knew people who would get up at the crack of dawn too. And never could understand that. Imagine the pandemic and the internet have taken most of the energy out of that. But yeah, we were just talking about how that used to be such a crazy big thing with ads everywhere, and now you hardly hear anything of it. Yeah, yeah. We have a stretch near us with a Costco, a Walmart, a Best Buy, uh, what's the rack? Somebody Norton or something rack, and another big store, all on one road. And the local town announced that they would have police officers along that route all weekend to facilitate traffic because yeah, it's not a well designed road and yeah, yeah. Tomorrow's a good day to stay home. Yep, unless you absolutely have to shop. Some people enjoy that. Some people love going out, but I'm not one of those some people. More power to them. Nordstrom rack, yes. Yeah. I can't say I've ever been in one, but yep, that's the one. Nordstrom rack, yeah. Don't know. I assume that's women's clothes. I don't know. Not my world. But I do, the Costco on that road is always busy, and it's whoever designed that road and the entrances exits was, yeah, a rookie. And so now it is so bad that yeah they got to put police officers there to keep traffic moving. Yeah. Um, well, folks, let's see, it's 20 after. Dinner's at 4, so I think we're gonna wrap this thing up, and I can get all the gear put away. Uh, Open today till 9 at Michael's. It's okay. Good for them. I think we're going to wrap it up, folks. I hope we provided a nice little diversion here for an hour and 20 minutes or so. Um, Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And Sunday show, and then Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here, same spot. We'll have a live show. And so join us for that. So thanks everybody for joining us, and have a good rest of your day. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.